Hello Techies, welcome back to our channel UiPath by Sujitha. In this video, we are going to learn about the most vital role playing activity in exception handling scenarios, that is TryCatch activity. We have already learned about the global exception handler, right? Similar to that, we have one more activity, that is TryCatch activity. Let us see in depth what this exactly refers to and how it is helpful during our automation. Before that, I would request you to please do subscribe our channel, select the bell icon and select all option for our next video notifications. Also, if you like our videos, please give a like and share with your friends and colleagues. Okay, let's not waste our time. Let's dive into this video. So, after completing your automation, when you move your code, when you schedule this bot automation in production environment, just think about the situations where there might be a lot of unexpected issues may arise, right? Unexpected exceptions or nothing but the exceptional scenarios may be because of the application downtime, the application which you have used in your automation is not available at times, right? So due to that, or maybe the input data what you are providing, maybe through the user inputs or through the assets, or somehow if the data is not in a proper format because of some date issue or something like that, or maybe if your files, the files which you have used in your automation are not available, or maybe on open, if it is an Excel file, maybe if it is a PDF or text file, maybe the file may not be found. So all these unexpected situations may occur once you move this code to your production environment, right? Even though such XYZ situations may occur unexpectedly, our code should be confident enough, should be reliable enough in such a way that it is supposed to handle all the situations in a perfect way, right? That is nothing but the perfect automation, 100% reliable automation. Now, coming to the approach, how can you handle the unexpected exceptions? Now, we already covered some exceptions, right? Like input data format or application downtime or something like that. So if we know the exceptions, we can handle. If we don't know the exceptions, also we have to handle it. If at all we don't know the exception name also, that also can be handled through global handler, right? So this way there are many approaches, not many, there are these kind of approaches to handle all the possible scenarios, all the possible exceptional scenarios, right, in UiPath Studio. Now let us see in depth about the TryCatch activity. Try and catch, it is doing some different two words, right? TryCatch activity, it is trying something and catching something, right? Now let us dive into this. Please open your notepad and make notes on today's video. It will help you, really help you when you need this in future. Okay, so now let us see what is this TryCatch activity. Okay, TryCatch activity, what it is doing, it catches a specified exception type in a sequence or in activity and either displays an error in notification or dismisses it and continues the execution. So I can say like it is going to catch the specified exception type in any sequence or in any activity. And what it is going to do, it is displaying the error notification, or it may dismiss it and continues the execution, right? Clear, right? So it has different parts: try block, catch block, and finally block. So it has three blocks: try, catch, and finally. Now you can guess what this try block is containing and catch block is containing and finally block is containing. All these three blocks contains activities only. But the only difference is try block contains the activities which are prone to error, right? I can say this way, like activities. It contains the activities which which have a chance of throwing an error, right? The activities which have a chance of throwing an error or into try block. Now catch block, what this contains? It contains the activities to be performed once after catching the error, right? On catching an error, some activities to be performed, right? Those activities we will be placing in catch block. Okay, I hope you are making this notes. The activity or set of activities to be performed when an exception occurs. And most important point here is there is not a single catch block. Inside catch block you could have n number of exceptional blocks. So for example, the most generic is exception, okay, and later you could get some argument exception, IO exception, all these kind of exceptions. So for each exception block you can add n number of activities into it. So there will be multiple exceptional blocks where we can add set of activities accordingly. Okay. Now coming to finally block. Finally block contains a set of activities to be performed in two cases. When an exception been thrown, I can say this way. When no exceptions are thrown, or when an error occurs and is caught in the catches block. So at two cases, that means after executing the try catch block, so after executing the try catch block, what this finally block is going to do, it is going to perform the set of activities when no exceptions are thrown or when an error occurs and is caught in the catches block. That means in both cases, even if the executor executes try and catch, try block finally is going to be executed. Also, if the executor executes, bot executes catch block, even in that case also finally block is going to be executed. But the condition here is if it is not rethrown, okay, only in this condition it is not going to be executed. So keep this in mind. And also these two, only after executing the try catch block. So this is going to be your interview question. When is finally block going to be executed? We may think like in all cases try and catch, in all cases of try catch finally block is going to be executed. No, if you tell this way, it might be wrong. It is going to be wrong. You are supposed to tell this way, like it will be executed after executing the try catch block. It will be executed when there is no exceptions are thrown or when an error occurs and is caught in the catches block, only if it is not rethrown. Okay, keep these two in mind, this one and this one. Now let us see the mechanism. And these are the blocks, right? Blocks of try catch. Now let us look into the try catch mechanism, how this is going to be executed. Of try catch. What is the try-catch mechanism? Now you have learned all these things, and you should be in a position to at least guess. Try-catch is going to try a set of activities, and if any exception occurs, it is going to be caught under catch block. According to the exception, the set of activities inside that exceptional block are going to be performed. Finally, the set of activities in the finally block are going to be performed if an exception been thrown, or if there is no exception, right? I can give you this way. Let me make a note of this. So this way we can simply tell this mechanism. Try-catch runs the activities in the try block, and if an error takes place, executes the activities in the catches block. And finally block we have already covered. Okay. Now let us see how to create try-catch. What, Sujitha, what you are telling? Is this what you are expecting? Try-catch, you are telling it is an activity, and how can you ask this question? Simply we can drag and drop from the activities panel, right? Yes, you are right. And one more method is there. I'll let you know about that. From activities panel, right? And one more thing is, you can right click on a activity and you can select TryCatch surround by TryCatch from the context menu. Okay, I'll show you how to do this. Just open your Studio. Please do it along with me so that you'll understand the concept very well. Okay, so no need to open the video and go through the video again and again if you do this along with me. So just create a separate sequence. I have just created a separate sequence for this demo, and I have given renamed the sequence, and I have given an annotation, because these two are going to be the best practices while you automate any project. Okay, now from the activities panel, just type try. This is TryCatch. See what it is telling: contains activities to be executed by the workflow runtime in an exception handling block. Just drag and drop. See, this is what we have learned: try block, catch block, and finally. And inside catches we have multiple exceptions, IO exception, right? And one more I can add, a generic one, right? And one more I can add. So multiple exceptional blocks can be there in catch block. According to the exception, it will go to that particular exceptional block and executes that particular set of activities available there. Next, finally block. Okay, so now let us just take consider one scenario. Before going to that, I have shown this from activities panel, right, to create a TryCatch block. Now let me show you the other way. Say for example, I have I'm just going to have an assign activity. Okay, just delete this TryCatch. So I have just an assign activity. Now what I'm going to do is just right click on any activity, and you could see surround with TryCatch or Ctrl T, Ctrl plus T. Okay, you notice this difference, right? So this being surrounded, so this is going to be inside the try block, TryCatch activity, right? So these are the two ways to create a TryCatch. Okay, so what is the shortcut? Ctrl plus T. Okay, that's it. So now let us use a demo. Let us just do some demo. What I'm going to do is, I have this file, right? I'm just reading the data from this file. So as this I'm just going to add something here. Okay, just minimize this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a read range workbook. Read range workbook. So as you all aware, if we use read range workbook, in order to execute this process, I'm supposed to close this particular sheet, Excel. If it is in open state, it may not use it. It will throw an exception. Okay, so we are going to utilize this exception to show a demo on TryCatch. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm selecting this Excel now from the projects. This is the file. I'm going to provide the sheet name, escape. Okay, that's it. Now let me give a dt Ctrl K. I'm giving a data table variable to read the file output. Okay, so that's it. So let us see. If you see here, it is saying catch or finally expected or for TryCatch activity, because we have not added anything under catch or finally, right? Either of these to be added. So what I'm doing is I'm going to add a log message in the catch block. For that, what I'm doing, I'm using the most generic one, that is exception. Okay, now in this exception, I'm going to use a log message, right, giving a warning and printing this message, that is inside catch block exception dot message dot toString. Okay, so this is enough. Now what I'm going to do in catch in finally block, I'm just going to use read range again, because in catch block I'm going to close the file, close the application. It's not coming. Okay, let me use the read range activity again. So let me just run up to this. Later we can see how to resolve it. First of all, let me run this file, run this until here. Okay, so just run this. Okay, let me close this. Fine. File being opened, so it is supposed to throw the exception. Let us go to output. If you see here, inside catch block, the process cannot access the file, right? What I am going to do is I'm going to read range, use this. Let me disable this, so it is out of I'm going to use this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, see, to show you the difference, I'm not surrounding this particular activity with TryCatch. Now let us run this. Since the file is opened, it is showing an exception. The process cannot access the file. Okay, got it? I have removed the global handler also for this particular project. So now you could see the exact exception here. It is at read range workbook. what it says, it is opened excuse me, by another process. In order to handle this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this, I'm going to surround this with TryCatch. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I have just used this Ctrl Z. I'm going to keep this inside the try block, and what I did, I have a exception block here at under catch where I'm going to fix this issue. How to close this? We can use close application, right? Close. I just moved it to classic. Now we should get the close application. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use it under this one. And I'm indicating this particular Excel file so that it will close it. Close paint ribbon, it said, but let me modify this. Let me try it. Okay, fine. Instead of close application, I have used close window. Now let us see. Okay, until catch block we are fine, right? We just added a log message for our understanding on the error, and then we are closing the application. Now in finally what we are going to do is we are retrying this particular read range, right? Because it will execute even if the exception be thrown or it is handled, right? Or it is caught. Now let me save this. You just keep this in mind that the file is still opened. So just run this file. So the expectation is it will throw an exception and it is caught in exception. No, because it is under process. So wait, let me go to this part. Yes, after that what happened? The file been closed and then it has executed. Finally block been executed. Shall we run this again? Don't get confused. Let me open this file again. Okay, now let us rerun this. If you observe, if you notice, the file been closed and it has executed the finally block. Let me add one log message here in finally block also for your better understanding. So I'm just going to add just an info. Executing finally block. Also let me change this here, info under exception to info. Okay, let us reopen this file again. Then rerun this file. So the exception been handled. Let me just say okay, and if you see here what it says, see, exception handling inside catch block, it is throwing this exception and executing finally block. Okay, got it? Yes. So this way, for any activity or for any sequence, we can use TryCatch in order to catch the exceptions or in order to fix the exceptions, redirect the exceptional scenario to perform some set of activities in case of error or exceptions encountered during the production execution. Okay, so let us quickly recap what we have learned on this TryCatch activity. TryCatch activity, we just learned the definition, what it is going to do. It catches a specified exception type in a sequence or activity and either displays or an error notification or dismisses it and continues the execution. Then we have seen the different blocks in TryCatch. Those are try block, catch block and finally block. Especially finally block, what we learned, it contains the set of activities to be performed after executing TryCatch block, and also it will be executed only when no exceptions are thrown and or only when an error occurs and is caught in the catches block, provided if it is not rethrown. Please keep this in mind. Okay. Next, we have seen the mechanism of TryCatch, how it is going to work. TryCatch runs the activities in the try block, and if an error takes place, executes the activities in the catches block. Then we have seen different ways to create a TryCatch, and the shortcut we have learned is Ctrl+T. So we can create the TryCatch block, TryCatch using activities panel. We can just simply drag and drop. Also, we can use the option surrounded by TryCatch from the context menu if you right click any activity. And we have seen a demo using the Excel file. If we open an Excel file and try to read the Excel file using read range workbook, as a general mechanism, it will throw an exception because it is already opened. So we have used that mechanism now to see and to understand the property of TryCatch. Okay, fine. So I hope you got a clear information on TryCatch. We'll cover few more real-time scenarios using TryCatch, throw and rethrow. So for now, this is more than enough on TryCatch activity. If you have any doubts or suggestions or feedback, please provide through the comments box. Also, please give a like to this video if you like this video. Thank you so much for your support so far. Meet you through our next videos. Until then, keep learning and keep automating. Bye bye.